This is the first of several videos on the support team orientation. If you're going to be on a support team, there are several things that can be helpful to know as you get started. And so there are three basic areas of support team orientation. The first one has to do with understanding the team approach and its advantages. Team approach. And what we'll do is spend most of our time right there today, or right here, and then we'll come back to some more videos to number 2 and 3. But let's go ahead and put those down so you'll know the direction that we're going. We'll say the second area has to do with how to offer emotional and spiritual support. These are the basics that we found are really helpful to folks in just getting started. This isn't everything you need to know, but how to offer emotional and spiritual support to another person. And we'll bring that one down here. And then the third area has to do with we'll call it what are the boundaries we need to keep in mind as we serve on a support team? What are the boundaries of a support team? And we'll pull that down here, and let's focus on really the first one related to what is or understanding the team approach. Let's say that your support team leader has already visited the person that your team is going to be caring for in practical, emotional, and spiritual ways. And there are several things that he or she had brought to your first meeting that she says that here are some of the needs of our support team friend. And let's say one of needs is a weekly or weekly visits. Weekly visits. This is friendly visit. These are when you plan, let the person knows when you're coming. You're dropping by and visiting for a while to keep them company, to listen, to encourage them. Weekly visits might be one of the things that a leader is telling your team. It has to do with the needs of our support team friend. Another area is yard work. Yard work, cutting the grass, using a weed eater and a variety of other things. This has become a need because the person or a family member who has been doing this is no longer able to do it because of the needs of the, we call them our support team friend, the person we're caring for, reaching out to. And so yard work is one of those needs that we all have, except this person in particular has it because of his or her illness and the commitments of their caregivers in caring for them. A third area might be an example of prepare meals. There might be an opportunity, let's say, to a need where we could offer, I don't know, 2 or 3 meals a week, maybe dinner for 2 or 3 days a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with leftovers on each one of those. Then that might be a need that your particular support team leader has discovered. Another area has to do with maybe cleaning house. This is something all of us need to do, but it is something that we don't always love to do. However, there are people, believe it or not, on your team who would be glad to do this. This is no problem for them. And so cleaning house would be one of those needs. Another one might be, let's say, a grocery store run or going to the grocery store for a person maybe once a week, taking a list and working it out ahead of time about how that will be paid for, whether it's a check will be written when you return with the groceries, or whether cash is given. You can work that out. But grocery store is a great help to people who are short on time and energy. And so these are all different ways that, let's say, our particular support team friend, these are needs that he or she has, because our team leader has already made a visit over there or had a conversation with our support team friend, and these are just some of the needs. Now, there'll be a lot of other needs. You don't need to know every need all up front in the beginning that this person's ever going to have. Number one, they don't know what all those needs are. And number two, not only do they not know them, but more will be revealed as you develop relationships, and you will discover some needs that you maybe could offer and reach out to meet some of those needs as well. One of the advantages in understanding the team approach is that one of the things you can ask each team member to do in your meeting, in your first meeting in particular, though this can be ongoing as well, is what is it that I would like to do? So I'm on the team. What would I like to do? This is a question. It may be, as I look at these needs and I think about, well, if I really did what I would like to do, for instance, for me, that list would probably be yard work. I love to work in the yard. And different people on the team, some people making a regular weekly visit over to see the support team friend might be what they love to do. Others might like to cook, clean house, go to the grocery store. All of these needs might not be able to be met by your support team members. And so that's okay. We can only do what we can do. And we can identify needs, and then we can identify what it is that we are able and what we would like to do. And so for me, I would say I would volunteer on this team and say I'd like to do yard work. One of the reasons I love that is because you can see what you're doing and see what you have done when you're finished, and it's a great feeling to me to have it all looking nice. Other people feel that way about cleaning the house and other things. But not only what would I like to do, I'd maybe add one other thing, and that would be when could I do it? And I want to make sure that this is a good thing for the person I'm helping, when I can do it. But as long as I understand that all of this work is done through the power of teamwork. Power of teamwork. This is what understanding the team approach is really all about. And it's what I would like to do, when can I do it, and the power of all of this does not depend on me. We share this care together, and if I understand these basics, what are the needs, what would I like to do, and when can I do it, that'll help me get off to a good start.